Welcome to this video. Like I said in my previous video, which unfortunately, due to editing, hasn't gotten out quite before recording this one. So they'll probably come out about the same time because there's not going to be much editing needed for this one. But as you can see, camera, like I had said in it, if you haven't seen it yet, you can go watch it. It's the tribute to Kyle Busch after his passing on Thursday, but we said in it that things are going to be changing quite a bit, and that this video is going to be about that. My buddy sold the OSS that used to be our car, then he bought it off of us, and then brought it back up here to be sold, and it did finally sell. You can see 6-pack is no longer here. That is not 6-pack. That is 8er. 6-pack was also just sold. We have to end up delivering it on Sunday because the guy's trailer wasn't wide enough, but it's been fully paid for already. Outside of that, as you can see, if you go back and watch our previous videos, when I first got 6-pack, we went over how that one, and we went over a few of the details, but this one here, as you can see, it's on coils. You have the coilovers on that side, all the way around on this car. Coilovers here. Battery's in a real fun spot to get to. You can see the battery's chargers right there. And there's the battery all the way right behind the seat. And the small trunk. And yes, it is a Studebaker body that is on this car. We are going to be not changing the number, so it will stay as 07. I guess J-Raps will be staying on the car. Pretty much my buddy's sponsors will be staying on this car as well. And there's another coil spring on that side there. This bar is shaped differently than what ours was. This one here, that hood's going to be a pain to remove, so I'm not going to pull the hood. What else is different about this car? So it is a 602 crate engine. So it is centered with the air breather now. That's another way to tell these cars apart. 6 is offset. Don't know how much was noticed about that on my car in my previous videos, but if you go back, you'll probably now notice that. The contingency sponsors need to be put on, and there's Bridgeport Clippers, one of my buddy's sponsors. Like I said, I'm going to leave them on the car because this is technically still our car, meaning his and mine. His name's still on the car. I'll probably leave that. So, if I don't have my name printed up, which I've had with helping him, I don't really have the funding to get the stickers changed. That's why the 07 will be staying on this car. And I'm going to leave his sponsors on the car just to give them some extra credit because they were on this car to begin with. I don't see... Those are the only 2 sponsors I see on this car. I thought he had a few more. I guess they didn't quite make it to the car. But yeah, they're not going to be front and center of my videos, of course. It's just going to be my sponsors. Not much room really on the hood compared to my other car to put stuff. I had a decal place, or I would put RJ's treasure chest right on the front end here, above the Studebaker. Probably right on, just on that black part there, so it would stand out. But as I said, unfortunately, right now, money's tight. Can't get the sponsor logos on the car. I'll honor them in other ways. And if situations change, then I can probably get them on, I'll put them on the car whenever I can get a chance to. Because a lot of them, the way our deals have worked out with them, I'm not too worried about the logos not being fully on the car. They'll get enough credit with the videos that I do. So, and they'd be hard to see out on track anyway. The hero cards that I'll be giving out when this thing's at shows, hero cards at the racetrack, the videos online that I'm doing through our Facebook page. That's where most of the advertising for the companies is. So as long as I have them on there, hopefully they'll have that understanding of the fact that they're not on the car. It would be nice to get them on the car, but it's a little hard right now with the way things have transpired, especially over this winter. See, full containment seat layout inside the cockpit's a little different. Gonna have to try to figure out another way to mount cameras in this car, because there's no camera mounts right now. I'll probably put one on that cross member, looking out the rear. I don't know how I'm going to get one on the front. I don't really want it on the hood. Not on the hood, on the roof. Probably for now. Yeah, that I don't know. I'll have to figure out some way. Because I don't really want to affect this wrap any. I don't really want it on the air filter because that adds more pressure to the top of that air filter. And not in a good way. And if for some reason we need to pull it off, it's just going to be a pain. Same with on the hood on this car. And I don't really want to mess up the decals, so the wrap on it. Is there any... There's no real bar inside that I can probably drop it down where it won't be in my way. Or really on the dash. Actually, the dash is kind of really nice looking right now. That's just a decal. That's a fake wood grain. Yeah, so I'll probably have at least one there. Might be able to put one right above my head there. The seat won't allow me to put one there, so maybe I'll have to check my mount, see if I have 2 bar clamps to go on the bars and behind. Got a spot for the helmet to go. I could possibly mount one onto one of those bars there, but then it's off-centered. Might still be okay. It's sat fairly far back. I can put one on that bar, one on this bar here. And do kind of a split screen between the two. Have the 2 good cameras on those. I don't know. I'll figure out something. The panel on this one here is a little easier to get to. Now this one does have power steering. In a manner of speaking, it's got electronic power steering, so doesn't look like I'll have a good view of driver-wise in the car unless I put one on that bar. Which is entirely a possibility, to throw one on that bar, but I'll come up with something. That's not something I'm too worried about, even though it does help with these videos. And this is more so just the reveal of the newer car that I will be finishing off this season. Unfortunately, still not going to Delaware, even though this is a V8. Don't have the gear. I was offered a gear, but with everything else going on, I had to turn that down. And since then, I believe that gear has been sold. So once again, I don't have a gear, even if I wanted to go to Delaware. If you guys have any suggestions as to where you wouldn't mind seeing the cameras get mounted, you can let me know. I think I've shown most of the areas that can probably have a camera mounted on them. Of course, you have the front and rear bumpers, side bumpers, but I don't really want to put cameras there because then you're looking at getting knocked off in event of an accident. If you guys have any suggestions, go right ahead, put them in the comments. I'll put my sponsors up here on the screen now. Our main one for this season would be RJ's Treasure Chest. Y'all never know what you find inside that store, so go take a look at it. They ship anywhere in North America. Wayne Pittman Ford Lincoln, that's been with us for a few years now. If you're in the Guelph area and looking for new or used car, you can swing in there. They obviously sell new Fords and do have used stuff as well. Fortunately, Kenny Paintings, previous video we mentioned about that. Wolfgang, I didn't really give them enough credit last year. Never did talk to them again this year, but I'm still gonna make sure that I can get their name out there because they did supply us with a camera last year, and like I said, I didn't really get done what I was supposed to for them, so you can head over to them. They sell their cameras on Amazon as well. They're pretty good quality cameras. They'll admit they're not as good as GoPros. Depending on what you're doing, it doesn't really matter the quality of camera, as you've seen with our videos. Overall, their main difference is the noise, which doesn't really affect the video quality from these, from racing. Any high adrenaline kind of sports, I don't think it would really affect any of them. So their cameras would be, I guess they would basically consider them mid-tier. They're not as at a GoPro, and they're also not priced that way. They're like the one that they gave me when I priced it out was about $200. A cheap GoPro, a 3-year-old version, well, 3 versions ago is still like $200. And it probably doesn't do 4K, that camera does 4K. And it has a remote control that can go right in the car, which actually I'll show you that remote here in a second, but I think that should actually be all the sponsors that I can think of right now, off the top of my head while doing this video. If I missed any, they'll be on the screen now while I'm looking for the remote. Whoopsies, I accidentally hit the stop button. Okay, so that's the remote I was talking about for this here. I guess battery's finally fully kicked into charging. So you have the camera button, so picture, and then you have video. Until the camera's on, this remote doesn't work, so that was the problem with the practice day. Is that when I went to use this remote, the camera had timed out and shut down on me already, I'm pretty sure. That's what caused us not to get video from on the car. From the main 4K camera anyway. But outside of that, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video, and I'll probably have another video getting this thing ready. Probably do a practice day video because I do plan to have this thing out on practice day, as it still needs to be gone through, nut and bolt checked, unwinterized because it's not ready to even hit the track right now. But it will be in 2 weeks' time come our next race. So until then, hope you guys have a good one, and see you in another video.